Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff Fitzpatrick. It is Monday, the 29th of July, 2024, and this is my vlog for the week. It's a beautiful morning here. This is going to be a little bit different this week because over the weekend, the TICN website has been down, and therefore we haven't had access to the value line data, and therefore I've got no fresh data. So I'm concentrating on existing stocks rather than trying to find new ones, and also taking the opportunity to pause and have a look at how the clubs are doing. And we're now a few weeks into short-term trades, so we'll have a look at how they are doing and how we manage them. But first, just a reminder, and again, as usual, slightly changed my short list generation program. So the first thing I do is update the value line long list. That takes us down from the 7,000 stocks that value line cover to about 100. They are stocks that have a timeliness score of 2, a safety score of, or 1, and a safety score of 1, 2, or 3, and also a financial standing strength of at least B+. Then we go through the charts and the indicators and can pull that list down. The things that are way too high or where the indicators are just too wrong are taken out, and we get about 10 or 15 stocks. Then I move to the trading platform and I simulate a trade on each of these to find out what the stock buying power is, what the premiums are, and what the strike price intervals are, and I eventually get it down to a smaller number, 3 or 4 really. However, including short-term trades, that's now expanding. It's now more like 10 or 15 trades. And so that's the new and last part of it, which is identifying which of the trades are suitable for long-term trades and which are suitable for long and short-term trades. I'm not really looking for short-term trades that are not suitable for long-term. Well, that seems a bit garbled, so let's get into it. First of all, here's a look at where we stood at the end of last week's trading. On the right, you can see a screenshot. This is taken not from an individual club, but just part of the list from Telecharts of all of the stocks that the clubs are in. And to be honest, it is pretty much a sea of green for the last week. Nearly everything is up. In fact, there are 12 stocks that didn't rise last week. And there they are listed across on the left-hand side. Interestingly enough, of the 12, 4 are red. Of course, all stocks are going to go down at some point, up and down. But interestingly, last week, 4 reds, they went down by an average of 4%. There were also 2 amber ratings, and these ratings, of course, refer to quality rather than being ready to trade on value as well. And the 2 amber ones were down by 4.62%. However, within that, one was MXL, which is 8.8%, and the other was LVS, which was 0.41%. So a very small sample. And of the greens, the average that they are down, the ones that are down, the 4 of them, is just 1.56%. I'm also pleased to say that during the course of last week, as a result of selling mainly short-term trades, short-term puts, we were able to exit several red stocks across the accounts in profit. So all in all, not a bad week in terms of the market. Last week, on Friday, we had about 15 short-term, close to the money, 1 or 2 week old put trades that expired on Friday. Most of these ended up not being put to us, and we kept the money, we kept the premium, just generated profit. However, some of the clubs were in short-term trades that did end up with stock being put to us. That included Nike in some accounts, CVS, and LUV. However, in all cases, we have been able to just roll them forward, couple of weeks to the 9th of August. And in each case, that was for a credit, and the credit put the trade completely in profit. So again, using these short-term trades has allowed us to very easily manage our way out of positions that are put to us when we're not really expecting that to be the case. So they're working out to be pretty good. Of course, I am still very much interested in long-term trades on high-quality stocks. I'm after the price appreciation. And price appreciation should be and will be the biggest contributor to profits that we get. Then will come short-term trades, then will come dividends. So here is a bit of a state of the nation of how we stand. Bearing in mind, today being the 29th, we've only got 3 trading days until the end of July. So there's a few more days to go in there. And of course, things can change rapidly. But so far this month, the S&P 500 is down only by 0.03%, but it's down. But look at the clubs. If you take that month to date, net liquid value change, the lowest is nearly 5%. The highest is up there above 16%. So let's just go through them. So Diamond's got no puts expiring this Friday coming. It has got stock buying power. It's at 56.39%. So as the market gets established this week, we have got the scope for some new trades. And so far in the month, it's done 7.5% improvement on the net liquid value. Diamond has got 47 positions. 25% of them are rated as red for quality, as opposed to amber or green. Green is obviously good. Amber is acceptable. Red isn't. Now that's coming down. And of course, we've only had these ratings for a couple of weeks. So that's why I'm trying to manage out those stocks to replace them with nice new shiny green ones. Fortune Club, they've got 1 put expiring this week, Nike, and at present prices, it's not due to be put to the club. They've also got 52% of stock buying power. That will increase if Nike isn't put, so we'll get a bit more stock buying power there. However, there's enough to do at least 1 trade. We'll see how that goes. And in the month to date, they are up 13%. Not bad when the market is down 0.03. And they've got 34 positions and a similar percentage, 24%, 8 stocks that are ranked or rated red for quality. Teas, again, no puts expiring on Friday, the 2nd of August, which of course is into the new month, but a massive 67% of stock buying power, so plenty of scope for new trades to bring money in during August and beyond. And they're at a very healthy 12.62% increase in net liquid value over the course of the month. And again, a similar 23 positions, 6 or 26% in the red, but only 6 to be managed out. That's not so bad. Sapphire, they've got AKAM expiring on Friday. Currently, at current prices, that won't be put to the club. Again, a very healthy 62.62% of stock buying power, so scope for new trades. And they are at 4.9% for the month. 4.9%, looking at the other percentages, doesn't seem that good. However, this club is coming from behind, and it is huge. I mean, we're talking about a percentage increase on the best part of $900,000 here. But it is heading in the right direction for sure. And it's got that stock buying power, which will push it forward a bit more. They've got 31 positions and 8 in red for quality. So again, some bit more managing out to be done. 100th millionaire, nothing expiring this Friday. There's an error on the chart there. I've repeated that 13.9%. That is not, in fact, the stock buying power of the 100th millionaire. They've actually got 52%. And they are 13.9% up on net liquid value so far this month. They've got 52 positions and 16 which are showing as red for quality. Now, there is a difference here. The 100th Millionaire is a club that I more manage than actually run. And I've got to take a bit more cognizance of Owen O'Malley, who is legitimately has a policy of coming out of stocks less than I do. So he would rather wait for the longer term and let them recover. I would actually rather get out and use the money for something else. So that's having a bit of a drag on the effect of coming out of red stocks in 100th Millionaire, and we can see the result. The Quarterly Income Club, again, nothing expiring this coming Friday, up a massive 16.22%. Oh, I've done the same again. The stock buying power on QI is in fact 54.62%. So they've got scope for some more trades too. They've got 26 positions and 11 of them, 42% in the red. Now that's the case also for the Extra Income Club. They've also got 42%. They're not all the same. That's a bit of a coincidence. However, in those income clubs, we've generally been using profitable, good quality stocks to sell to bring income in. So we have a greater need to churn these into nice, green, shiny new stocks. And of course, that's what we'll be doing. Extra Income Club, they've got PayPal expiring on Friday, and currently that stock will be put to the club. However, that's not a big issue because it can be sold immediately and replaced with the new put, and that will put it into profit, no problem whatsoever. And they have got the most stock buying power with the best part of 70%. So we've got a lot of scope to do some more trades with that club this month. And they're up 11% so far. So I would say that even if you take Sapphire at 4.9% increase in a single month, we're not doing badly and we are driving up these profits. You've got to bear in mind, we've only changed the policy to use some of our stock buying power for these short-term trades about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So we haven't really been able to get the thing driving as fast as it can just yet. And also, when we started that process, the clubs had varying amounts of stock buying power. Some we had to generate more stock buying power, move it forward on that front first before we could begin to trade. In fact, some were under the 50%, just as a result of stock having been put under the long-term puts previously. But that's now aligning very well too. So I think we're in a good place. So this week's filter results, it's been difficult because we haven't had Value Line available. Therefore, I've just used not last week's filter list from Value Line, but I've used the existing club stock list because all the work I want to do, all the trading I want to do, until I get new fresh data from Value Line, will be around existing stocks. So of those, I managed to pull out these. There are 15 of them, a couple of reds in there, and they are in there because they're existing stocks and stocks that we need to work our way out of. Now, the list is ranked in order of the highest annualized return on capital employed. And it's good news that Etsy is towards the top there. What that means is we can actually take a strike price that's slightly further below the existing price to make it safer, but to get some income in to actually get the stock into a better position. And it's going to be a slow rate. At at 10 cents per day for just 18 days, that doesn't seem a lot, but you've got to multiply it by the number of shares that we have. And that can be thousands, of course. M is even less at 2 cents per day. That one will take a decision. But nonetheless, it might be something that we use a little bit of stock buying power on. Others are better trades, but we do want to get out of the red stocks. So, some of it will go towards those. And we have Ramp and Fox F, which are amber, and again, might get some attention if there is spare stock buying power. So what I want to do with this is to also pull out the stocks that are good in here for long-term investment, therefore that clubs may wish to get into if they're not already into them, or may wish to dollar cost average if they are already in them, and then of course completely new stocks that are of the right quality and at the right value at the right time, with the indicators looking good too. But I can't find any of those until I get the data available. So I'm told that should be possibly today or tomorrow. So by next week, I will be able to highlight stocks that look as though they're also good for the longer term. Now, if you're watching this and you're not a member of a club, you might well be impressed on the levels of increase in value that we've managed to generate during the month, and you might want to come and join us. The members put in generally £100 per month, all lump sums. Some put in a lot more. We've got plenty of people over 100,000 in there. And if you want to find out more, you can either contact me or go to the website, myinvestmentclub.co.uk. You'll find out a lot more there. Or indeed, let me know if you want to come to one of the club meetings, come and have a listen in as a guest. You'd be very welcome. And you can ask any of the members anything. I will happily put you into their WhatsApp groups and not interfere with your questions. You can ask what you want. And if you then wish to lasso out one or two members to speak to on a one-to-one basis without me being aware of the conversation, then that's fine too, no problem. Just to remind you, we've got live training coming up in November. Haven't settled on the venue yet, but it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th. On the 15th, that's a Friday, so it's just a question for your diary, put it in there. Saturday, Sunday, all day. And this will be extremely good training. It will be somewhere within striking distance of London. I believe we're looking at somewhere like Watford at present. And another reminder, if you haven't read or listened to my book, The Extraordinary Investment Club, then it'd be very nice if you did. It's not expensive at all. However, it gives a really good insight into how we trade, but also into how the clubs work. So if you do decide to get that, thank you very much, and thanks for listening. Cheerio.